Hello, greetings and salutations. Welcome to Y.A.R.P episode number 94. And today we're talking about Mission Impossible 2, Scientology is Magic.
I could
Nice
have
little
put
addition there.
I could have put the electric boogaloo, but that was good too.
I mean,
Uh,
it's true though.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of stupidity in this one. So, continuing on with our arc of watching the Mission Impossible movies, the first one was really good. Second one is not.
It's
At
really
all.
bad.
It's really bad. It's really terrible.
So-
it's so bad.
It's
There's
really
so
funny.
much stupid
yeah,
crap in this
if
fucking
I
movie.
if I may lead on this for 2 seconds,
Go ahead.
I while we were starting this, I kept saying like this is my favorite of the series, but it is not a well written movie. it is.
Yeah.
It is a dumb action movie, and you can tell because it's just a John Woo movie.
Yeah.
His
I don't-
movies
I
are
don't-
mostly spectacle.
I don't want to like put that on a director to say like, oh, this director is shit, so everything he does is
It's
shit.
not.
And same way
No,
that
it's
like,
not. He's not shit.
so-
It's just
I
when
know. I'm saying no, but I'm trying to say it's like anytime like I don't want to put like bias on directors and shit like that. It's usually a good sign, but I try to just look at a movie as itself, not by the director. I like I said, I guess I don't remember a lot of John Woo movies to be honest, but like, yeah, this was just nonsense.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: the action wasn't even that great because of how dumb it was.
So I find that interesting because like the dumb factor can make me either it can go either way. Excuse me.
Yeah,
It can make me either like really enjoy it or really fucking hate it.
That's fair, but like.
In this case, I guess like I really liked it. And were you having fun, or was it so dumb it was distracting?
There was points where it was so dumb it was very distracting. Like I said, there's a moment where a fucking character is literally holding Ethan at gunpoint, and there's no reason why this character. There's been nothing established why this character should hold back. Nothing established why this character shouldn't do anything about it. But he literally tells the fucking person to like he literally holds Ethan at gunpoint, doesn't pull the trigger, tells him to put up his hands. And he holds him at gunpoint for a solid like minute, giving Ethan plenty of time to fucking plenty of time to, get out of the situation.
I completely forgot that he didn't. I thought he told him like, "Oh yeah, bring him to me," but no, he said, "Run that bastard down," meaning that he's like, "I want you to fucking kill him."
Run him down could mean capture, but it's like, why do you want to capture him? This guy is very dangerous. Like, why would you fucking risk capturing this guy?
Well, no, I mean? it's clearly so Dougray Scott can ask Ethan what did he bring him.
Yeah, no, he's asked Stamp, what did you bring me? And he's like, a Tom Cruise.
See, this is kind of a funny thing for us being E.F.A.P. fans. Dougray Scott being Batwoman's father. So, like, the second he pulled off the mask, I had to stop. The second he pulled off the mask, I had to do, like, what'd you bring me? And then, like, I don't think I said it while we were watching it, but when he was firing his gun, it's like Desert Eagle. Put a hole in anything.
Desert Eagle could put a hole in anything. I said I'd bring you war. Refuses to shoot her in the mouth. Kind of like how he refused to shoot Ethan even though he had a gun pointed at him.
He shot him earlier, but then he
killed me.
Oh my god, that shit was stupid.
Okay, so we're clearly just going out of order on this.
No,
so
you want to say something? Go ahead.
I was about to make a point on the I like this movie because of just how ridiculous it is, considering it's the peak of a 2000s movie. Like, when we were introduced to Ethan Hunt again, he's rock climbing, and then when he gets to the top of a mountain, a helicopter pulls up, shoots a fucking missile next to him. We hear the Mission Impossible theme, which is made by Fred Durst's
it's made by Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
it is not made. I would not say it's made by Fred Durst.
Sorry, I didn't know the actual band's name. And they made their own rendition of the theme, They get the mission, and Tom throws the sunglasses at the screen as they explode, and then there's a lot of slow, and of course with it being directed by John Woo, there's a lot of slow mo, there's a lot of wind and birds,
Yeah.
doves.
Just birds
Well,
in the middle of the.
there was a yeah. They're in the middle of an underground lab. There's lots of pigeons there.
Hang on,
and then
calm down. They're not just in the middle of an underground lab. They're in the middle of an underground lab for deadly diseases.
It's
And
yeah,
they have
it's
a
storage
bunch
facility.
of fucking. They have a bunch of fucking birds just chilling.
And then of course when I saw the one lone dove fly on the screen as Ethan walks across the fire.
We had a discussion where it's like, is that a dove or a pigeon? But it's like, okay, those look like pigeons. But then like a dove is just there. The singular
Yeah.
dove that just happens to be there perfectly in frame for the fucking shot. It's like, oh.
Because
Like
why
you realized it was late for the shoot and rushed to turn up.
does
Basically,
anybody know why John Woo loves his pigeons and doves so much in his movies that are
they
just
make
everywhere?
they make shots cool. Like
I
The
don't-
make shots
I-
cool. Doves are symbolic. It's a whole fucking visual
Yeah.
flair.
Well, then what are pigeons symbolic of?
Disease,
shitting on
Urban
your
decay.
shitting on your
That's not fair. Pigeons
are-
are cool. Pigeons are cool.
They're literally
Alright.
flying rats.
No, they're
Yeah.
so first off, no.
Rats are superior in every single way.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Pigeons are really smart.
Aren't they
In-
though?
Yeah, they are. They can actually they have an excellent memorization
Keep
skills.
talking. I'm gonna be muted
Okay,
for a second.
Okay, so that but like if something's smart doesn't mean it's just because it has brain capacity doesn't mean it's smart. We literally
No,
watch
it is.
Star Wars.
It is incredibly smart. They are very.
Okay, they're dickish birds though, and I fucking hate them. So
They actually make.
I
They
don't-
can actually make quite good pets, and they form strong bonds with their.
I
They're
hate
humans.
birds, so I don't.
Well, I know
like,
that part
like-
because people actually race them for sport.
Yeah.
A guy who lives down from my granddad used to do that.
I mean, there is a pigeon war hero. Is there a dove war hero? I don't think so.
I don't care.
mean,
They're both birds. and
pigeon-
they're shitty. I'm
pigeon-
not making an argument for either. I'm saying
A
they both
pigeon
suck.
helped save the lost battalion. Okay.
This is true.
That's true. But one is not exception of the other.
Listen,
I
Max,
might be combining my pigeon hatred with seagulls and geese, but still.
do
Well, I
not
mean-
compare the majestic pigeon with the disgusting seagull and the psychotic goose.
No,
Well,
I
hold
no,
on.
I will.
Seagulls are also smart enough because, like, there are very few species that their actual fucking food chain is fucking kleptoparasitism. They live by being little fucking thieves.
I never said seagulls were dumb. I just said that they were disgusting.
Well, now
Also,
we just dip
pigeons.
back to pigeons. and
Pigeons
them
are
being
Yeah,
fucking-
pigeons
gross as well.
Pigeons can also be disgusting now. So like,
Well, I mean, then
They're-
you can just extend that to all wild animals if we're really going to be like that they're
I
disgusting
mean,
in
you
some
can,
capacity.
but
You
some are
can.
more disgusting than others.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
literally
pigeons.
like the conversation Pulp Fiction.
Why
like,
are you
where they don't eat-
echoing? Why are you echoing?
I'm
Who?
Who, me?
not.
Him.
No, Wyatt.
I'm not.
I don't
He's
hear
not.
an echo.
Yeah, he's
Is
not.
the echo in the room with us right now?
You son of a bitches! I know what you're doing.
What?
We're not gaslighting you, dude. We
What-
literally don't
Yeah,
hear him
like
echo.
we like
What-
to. We listen. I will fuck with you every other day of the week, but when we're recording, I'm kind of serious.
I don't know what. Okay, so why it sounded like he was echoing?
I don't
Like he-
know how I could be if
don't
no
know.
one else can hear it. I think you're actually losing your fucking mind.
I'm
Or-
not. You're fucking with me. I know it.
Do you
I'm
smell burnt
not-
toast,
not.
Jake?
Are you okay?
No,
Are you all right? Like that
No.
legit sounded concerning the way you said that.
no. So you guys are either fucking with me. I'm the only one that can actually hear Wyatt freaking the fuck out because neither Slur or Max are freaking the fuck out.
No, dude.
Unless-
we literally
We don't
did-
hear it.
We literally didn't
I was
hear it.
literally talking about how they're
Jake, are you okay?
turn your
I-
turn your headphones off or something on again. Something
Is your left
must have-
side going numb?
No,
Do you smell toast? Is what you said?
you guys
if
are
you
messing
guys-
with.
If you smell burnt toast, you might be having a
If
stroke.
you
Stroke,
if you
yeah.
said like there was static, then that means my mic just needed to be plugged.
Okay, now you're
unplugged.
back to normal, Wyatt. Now you're back to normal.
I
Did
never
you
left normal.
unplug your mic? Did you unplug your
have-
mic?
No, I didn't. I didn't do shit.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking to fucking Jake. Did you just replug in your headphones?
No, I didn't do anything.
That's weird. That's really weird.
It was just Wyatt had I'm not recording either, so I can't prove that I'm not going crazy, or you guys are just fucking with me.
Why would
Well,
we fuck with
we
you?
can
when
I mean,
literally.
eventually you'll hear it in the recording. That
I was about to say you literally just could
sounds
hear it
fine.
in recording, but yeah. But anyway, Ethan Hunt's plot armor.
Well,
Okay.
Well,
pigeons
bear
are
in mind
gross.
this is a sequel to the first one when he was he got a shave by a helicopter.
Uh, okay.
So there's a bit of a
So
tradition for how
we're
these movies fucking end on cartoon logic.
dude. Okay,
But
so
is it as severe?
him and the bad guy are on motorcycles. They're facing each other. They decide to rev up and start going at each other. They're going probably about 30 miles per hour, and they jump off and smack into each other chest first. And then they fall at least 20 feet off a cliff edge
Onto rock and sand.
onto rocks and sand, so, which kills the guy later. But yeah,
Well, you know what they
No,
say.
a bullet kills the guy.
well, bullet kills the guy, but none of all the fucking beat down he gets.
As he's getting that beat down, he suddenly starts hearing, "I don't like sand. It's
Oh,
coarse,
sand.
rough, and irritating." As he lands right face first in it.
And yeah, Jake, you rightfully pointed out when fucking Ethan kicks up the gun, he did not kick it up in that direction. There was there was that fucking faithful string that we missed from the fucking other movie.
There's plenty of instances of that, especially with if you watch the shot where he throws the pipe bomb. There's an instance of like Tom Cruise just lightly chucks it, and then it cuts to it hitting the door, meaning that throw did not make it.
Hell yeah. So yeah, this movie is like, it is very much a step down in what we got from the first movie, and we did get a lot of laughs and shit like that from the first movie, but I feel like it was more of limitations of like what the movie was. These are just like straight up like bad action, bad plot armor, like just bad plot in general. We made a talk about Ethan Hunt and Nia's relationship and how fast it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're in the scene where they're like car fighting, and then Nia is about to go off the car, and then Tom Cruise like there's a weird spins with her, and that slows her down enough so where she doesn't like completely fall out, but then she falls out. No, it's dumb.
It's dumb.
Well,
But-
them being full of it. Well, the stunt is fucking dumb because it makes no sense for how the cars work. But after that, they're so full of adrenaline, they really want to fuck. Okay,
That's
completely normal,
believable.
nothing like
Fair.
that.
That's
It's only-
believable.
and here's the thing: I kind of did this thing where we go from that where they're fucking and they clearly like they get along really well, so they're really feeling it. And then he goes to his mission briefing where he finds out he's gonna actually have to send her in to like seduce the fucking guy and do the whole thing. And at that point, they have this conversation where she really wants him to not want to do it because that will validate like the connection they have and shit. And I'd assumed that like a week of them pretty much being together all the time had happened, and it didn't. This is like within about a day or so, and that's
Yeah.
kind of where it loses us a little bit.
That's why I just went they've fallen in love, and you both just went like, no they're not.
No, I'm not.
Well, you kind of jumped the gun a little bit because
Yeah.
at the point where
Well-
you said that they hadn't yet,
Well,
and what they were doing was fucking, so that was fine. And then it was pillow talk. It's later that we have like how emotional it had gotten for them, and we're just like, fucking when?
Since when? Literally.
yeah, the relationship between Ethan and all right, so the character's name is Naya, but we basically
It's
went through
Nya.
we went through this
Nya.
entire fucking movie calling her Nya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a boy, by the way.
And it's still, you had a whole fucking diatribe into the furry scale and that old chestnut.
Oh yeah, the furry scale.
Yeah. Well,
Which-
yeah. Anyway, getting off of that, talking back to the movie. The idea of somebody being an anti-spy, or like particularly anti-Ethan Hunt, because our main bad guy, what's his name, Ambrose? Ambrose he studied Ethan Hunt, so he could basically impersonate him, and that's how the like story kicks off, which in and itself is a really interesting premise, but like he's a very weak villain. Because we don't really know his goals. We know his goal is to like make money, and then like he wants to take over the company, and that's basically what he wants to do. Like that's really it. That's all we get for a character development for him.
Yeah,
It's
it's because he's just evil.
I mean, he's just a John Wick fucking villain. Like it's just fucking simple. And like they could have leveraged the they could have leveraged it a little bit more for like him being more of like an anti like guy, like kind of like a nemesis character. But I feel like they don't really do much with that besides the fact that they kind of observes what Ethan would do in certain situations. It's kind of lame that they don't really leverage that at all. There is that one scene where where they're basically making the exact same battle plan where Ethan wants to break into the skyscraper, and Ambrose realizes that everything about Ethan's approach, and he nails it. But they're having two different meetings about what to do, and Ambrose is basically saying the exact same thing that Ethan is saying. I thought that like Wyatt brought that up. I thought that was a really cool thing.
Yeah.
But like other than that, like the execution was terrible, and like these are supposed to be like super spy badasses, like established in the first scene, yet they all shoot like stormtroopers, like fucking for real.
To the point that it almost looks like they're doing it on purpose.
So, Slur, you left right when the gunshot started happening, right?
Yeah, thereabouts.
So, like, there's a point where they're like shooting at Ethan. Ethan is supposed to I guess I missed this in the early briefing, but it's brought up later in the movie. But Ethan is supposed to capture like a sample of the virus or whatever. And he does by taking one of like the injector guns. He drops it in the middle of the firefight, and he's about like 5 feet away from where the vial is, and he started getting shot at by like everybody in the area. For some reason, the vial is getting shot to the point where it's actually like
it's bouncing
flying and moving away and shit like that.
To the point that the bad guy has to go, stop!
Literally, the bad guy is like, stop shooting, put a sock in it.
Put a sock in it.
Fucking idiots, because you're fucking gonna kill us all. But like, I don't know. It's weird that like, because we complain about it when it happens in like Star Wars and shit like that, where like stormtroopers are badass one scene and then they're not badass another. It's really fucking lame for a villain, and that's exactly what we got in this movie.
Hence why I always thought the droids were better than the stormtroopers, because at least the Jedi would just block the bolts.
I don't know. It's
at least they're close instead of outright missing.
Maybe, but like it still bothers me when you have a villain force that's very competent in one scene and then insanely competent in another scene.
Yeah.
Like when Stamp fought that one guy, or sorry, when Ethan fought Stamp, like, and of course the shoot off, the Mexican standoff that we had, where it wasn't even a standoff because Stamp had the drop on him. But where did those other guys go? Did they just go to it? Did they run to the cars because they knew they needed to be in the car?
Stamp, who by the way was alerted to Ethan's presence because a fucking dove gave him away.
A dove made noises, but none of the security guys.
But he could hear the grenade having its pin pulled.
He couldn't hear the grenade having its pin pulled, even though like that is the only thing he could hear in that situation.
Yeah.
It's really dumb. It's really gay, and I hate it. It's so dumb. Like it's like the amount of like stupidness on the screen, that whole thing is just terrible. And like I said, his boys basically just left him behind. He does motion for like half of them to run, but there's still one dude with him who like is like going slowly in front of him, and then just goes out of the screen because he's got to leave so Stamp and Ethan can have a one-on-one fight. I hate that. It's dumb. It's stupid. And it's shit like that like bothers me, where it's like, oh, it's a fun action movie, but it's like, you can have fun action movies, but like you have to have good action. This movie did not have good action. It had exciting action.
Undercutting the badass parts when you make them stupid and you can't really get invested anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, oh, and fucking Ethan, like, just having super kung fu, like, literally Tekken moves. So yeah. You walked out of it. You weren't here, Slur. There was a moment where like a guy is like he runs around a corner to get Ethan, and Ethan is like hauling ass towards him. Now, as like everything you've seen Ethan do, Slur, what do you think Ethan would do to remove this guy's gun?
Probably kick it.
Probably kick it, right? Like, in what way? Like, be a little bit more specific.
I don't know, just fucking rush at him, kick his hand, then like do some fucking judo crap where he grabs him, tries to like.
Okay, would you expect him to do a fucking full somersault backflip, kick the gun out of the guy's hand, and also knock out the guy?
Yeah.
Only if he was auditioning for the One Piece live action.
We'll get there.
It was I loved that scene because it was so there's pigeons flying everywhere
There's
too.
pigeons flying
No, the best one
everywhere.
still has to be when he gets that guy. He sweeps his feet out and then does makes him roll down the hill a bit and then does a front flip like drop kick.
He
on
does
him.
he does okay he does what the fucking Titanium Ranger does in fucking Lightspeed Rescue to the Pink Ranger. It's the exact same fucking move except infinitely more retarded.
It's stupid, and like it comes out of nowhere. Like I said, it's weird because like it's like I feel like we had like a good like idea of what Ethan could do, but it's like nah, I guess.
Well, you see, he's not Ethan in this movie. He's Tom Cruise.
He's Tom Cruise, yeah, and Tom Cruise's superpowers.
The power of Scientology is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
I don't like I said, I don't like. This movie's really stupid, and like I said, why you said you liked this movie, and like that's fair. You could like something, but
I like it because
it's a guilty pleasure, yeah.
Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure. I understand this movie is not that great.
I don't know. I enjoyed it, and it's really bad, and I feel no guilt about it whatsoever.
It's fair, but like, man, like this is like I said, I love stupid shit. I love like when it's dumb and shit because I can like also get like good hearty chuckle out of it. But like this was like dumb in ways that like was just obvious to me and like made me just hate it.
I mean, it's clearly John Woo's best movie. Come on.
Yeah, obviously.
Have you seen Hard Boiled?
Have you seen Face Off?
Yes.
Okay, maybe Face Off is just my favorite John Woo movie because it has Nicolas Cage
I was
and
about
John
to say,
Travolta.
do you like this movie, or
trying
do you
to
like, or do you like the acting from Nicholas and fucking John?
It's probably the acting because both of them are trying to overact as each other and it's just amazing.
They're trying to overcamp themselves, which is great. But yeah. Yeah, so Rush Romance, I guess the acting is okay. Oh my god, I love this song. The acting is fine. I guess, like I said, there are weird. There's also weird camera shit in this movie too, where like the camera will just do dumb things, like zoom in on Ambrose's eye, like when it's like, the download is complete. Like it's like, oh, okay.
Or like the really dramatic sound effects, like when Ambrose like places his gun on the table, it sounds like he shot it, but when he just kind of not slammed it, but like
when he sets the chair down, it sounds like he just fucking threw it as hard as he could on the ground.
Or when Y.A.R.P slapped him in the car, it sounded like a cartoon slap.
Yeah, I was about to bring up this fucking cartoon slap because like, man, that was a lot of fun.
The reaction to the virus getting shot a few times, and he's like, "Wait, stop! Put a sock in it.
Put a sock in it." Yeah, the mask thing was a little stupid. So
he has a fucking.
So
no, I'll
hang on. I gotta. Go, hey, you know what? Go ahead.
So you're Ethan Hunt, and you need to infiltrate this storage facility, and it has the cure to the disease your super duper in love person is infected with.
She's got only a few more hours to live.
Yeah,
of course.
And along with your gun and a couple explosives, would you bring specifically a mask of not only the bad guy's main henchman, but a mask of your own face so that you could switch them. So the bad guy
if I already had them handy, then sure. But if she's only got a few hours and I need to get them shits made, that's going to be a problem. So
We don't
the
know
only
how
way
long
it makes
these-
any
it
sense
takes
is that they
them-
were already there.
We don't
But,
know how long these masks take to make, or if Ethan already had them. But
Yeah, I was about to say, to be fair, let's be kind of fair here. We don't know. God,
Why
I
would
hate that.
why would
I
Ethan
hate
have a
that-
mask of his own
already
face?
have them to
We
hand?
don't know that. Like we don't.
Unless he was
Okay, a
planning.
mask of the henchman, I absolutely can allow that he had
Yeah,
prepared
that's
just
fine.
in case.
Why does he
because
have a mask of
they
his own
don't know when
face,
they need to
though?
go in to extract their asset. They don't know when it's going to be go time. So that's something I can imagine he would prepare. There is no fucking shot he prepared a mask of his own face.
But
Oh,
he,
you also-
but he did.
And underneath the mask, the henchman is also duct taped, but like
He
the
says that he
mask
broke
is,
his jaw.
well, no, but the mask is also functioning like how it normally would, kinda, sorta.
Yeah.
Like,
So
It's
here's the thing.
weird.
Okay, yeah, you didn't set it up 100% prop. Well, there's a thing about this. So the him having a mask of Stamp is fine because he did identify Stamp earlier. It's the
It's that one.
I don't-
It's like
the-
he
the
had this
one-
planned
the-
the whole
the-
time, and then also the mask of himself.
Well, here's the thing. What I'm trying to be like good faith of the movie, even though this is technically a flaw with it. We don't actually see how the masks are stored or whatever, so we don't know exactly. I don't. Fuck no, because the masks have wigs and shit. So I don't know, dude. Like it's very convenient that he was able to pull this fucking mask out.
But
Yeah,
guys, I think we're all just forgetting something. Are we Tom Cruise?
Last I checked, I am not Tom Cruise
Well, Tom Cruise could do all of that stuff.
with Scientology magic.
I can fly.
I mean,
Yes.
I could be Tom Cruise. He does all of his own slurs.
Yeah.
He's literally just invented new slurs for like the dictionary to call people because the
Also-
old ones don't hit hard enough.
Also, how dare you reference superhero? I can fly. Tom Cruise is dead.
Did not fly. It's like my favorite thing. I'm sorry. It's like my favorite meme of Tom Cruise.
Well, it's,
This guy can't even fly.
I can fly.
I can fly. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm fine with him having that mask. It's because, like I said, it's the guy's number 2. What I don't like is the fact that his acting as Stamp, it's fine, but Ambrose should realize who he's fucking with.
Oh, also, it's Deus Ex Machina that not only did he have the mask, there's just those weird voice changer chip things.
Yeah,
Well, I would imagine
he
if he's
also
gonna
needs-
bring a mask, he'd bring one of
bring
those.
the yeah.
But
Like I
like,
said, once
is that essential? It's secret agent super duper technology.
it's secret agent super duper tech. As I said,
As long as
not-
it's consistent super technology, then we can work with it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like weirdly enough, because we don't get enough of the masks, we don't like know exactly what they're made of and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Is that like we don't get like why it would be a problem because we don't know if it's not like something that he just has easy access to. That's my point. Like,
Yeah, it's not
a gay,
later.
it's a gay,
it's not
it's a
later in
very
the
gay defense, but like that's just it is what it is.
It's not later in the series that we find out how the masks are made,
Gotcha.
which is why I don't like 3.
Well, we'll see. We'll see as we go. But so far, it's going downhill.
Well, that's the thing. The series was considered to be going downhill until 4 basically put it back in place.
Mhm.
And this is
Uh,
just the beginning of the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with I just thought it was funny
Oh,
just
and
how
the-
much
the
of
other-
that would have been planned.
Oh, and I just have to bring this up too. Is that like the reason? So, Slur, he duct tapes the bad guy's mouth, then puts the mask
Mhm.
over him. You know, it's a good thing that the guy's not like struggling or anything, so like he can't take the mask off or whatever. But, he says to the bad guy, he goes, "Oh, I broke his jaw. That's why he can't talk." and Tom Cruise's face is like perfect. So it's like,
Hmm.
no, you
Yeah,
didn't.
he's not bruised up, which is
He's not bruised up. His jaw isn't displaced or anything. So it's like, oh, so when you broke his jaw, you ran to the hospital and got it wired shut, like what you would do when somebody's jaw's broken. And it's like, oh, no. It's just it's dumb, and like I really wish it wasn't there because like fuck me, it was so stupid. And like I said, I'm perfectly fine with enjoying stupid shit, but like when it's so stupid, it hurts me. It's like I can't let that slide. I can't let you keep getting away with this.
Yeah, and then also, oh my god, the chase where like cars are exploding every 15 seconds. He created a smoke screen using the tires. And
Yeah,
then
like and
Oh,
like
that's so.
so we were talking we talked about it's like so can is something dumb being enjoyable? Can it also be equally as like unenjoyable to somebody who catches it? So when he's doing the smoke screen, so Slur, he's running away from the bad guys on a motorcycle.
Right.
He sees a semi truck oncoming. So he's like, okay, I want them to get hit by the semi truck. Pretty smart move, right? You know what I mean? Like it's fair. So
Yeah.
what he does to facilitate this maneuver is he starts he starts hitting the brake and smoke comes off the back tire.
he hits the brake while specifically revving the accelerator as well.
Yeah, so smoke is coming from the back tire, but there is a shot where um you could see that the smoke is actually coming off of his person, almost as if he's got like a smoke machine inside of him. So it's like, what the fuck is happening?
Hmm.
And only then are they distracted enough that they get hit by the semi truck, and it causes this
and like
insane explosion.
yeah, and like there's enough smoke that they can't fucking see. Like so, there's a shitload of smoke going on. But yeah, they get T-boned by a truck, which would just normally T-bone a car, but they explode in half. It's fucking wild.
It's like,
It's
was this
just
car filled with gasoline? Was what
it's
you specifically said.
yeah, that's what it would have to do to like do that. Because like it's not split in half; it explodes in half. It's it's so stupid. Not a fan.
So yeah, you have the over the top bombastic fucking balls to the wall shit, but this is kind of like a similar problem to what we had at the end of the first movie, where we enjoyed that it was so fucking over the top, but because of the movie it was in, because of the stakes that were set up, it just didn't feel satisfying to the story being told.
Yeah.
And it
Right.
sounds like that's kind of the similar problem here. If a movie was just kind of this nonsense the whole way through, we'd probably have a fucking ball of a time. But it's because
It's
it undercuts other shit.
yeah, it's trying to be like this weird serious movie, but then also doing really stupid shit. Like like there's a moment where they're basically doing a recreation of like the wire thing, which I think is that just in every fucking movie?
Yes, there always has to be. That's kind of the staple of Mission Impossible is Tom does some insane stunt like doing a halo jump or hanging onto the side of a plane.
Well, no, I'm just saying
or
like a wire. I'm talking about the wire thing in particular because that's what
oh
it's
yeah,
famous for.
yeah,
That's what
yeah
like that's literally what it is.
they always try to basically do the wire jump.
Yeah. So they like there's a moment it's like okay, we have to get the wire out and like
Oh yeah, you were like fly up.
like so the wire is attached to a fucking helicopter and like the helicopter is revving the wire up and they need the wire to get out. But like Homeboy can just go up with the wire to make it go out faster because the idea is trying to get it out as fast as possible, right? So like why not go up? It's
Because he needs a tower to tell him to go up.
so stupid. It's so dumb. And I hate it.
It's not. uh, let's see. What's Yeah, I think that's about it as far. Oh, behind the scenes stuff because I did a few of these with the first movie. The famous knife to the close to the eyeball. That was.
Oh, I hate that trope, by the way. So,
Uh,
Slur, you know when a guy is mounted another guy and he's got a knife over his head and he's gonna stab him, right? You know what I mean? That's literally in every fucking action movie ever fucking made ever.
Right. Okay. It took me a second when you started off by saying when a guy mounts another guy with a knife, and I'm like,
I was like, what movies are you watching?
I was about to
But
say,
no,
sorry.
yeah. He's sitting on his chest. He's like trying to drive it down into his face, and the other guy's
Yeah.
like, not
So,
into that.
out of curiosity, sir, what is like the easiest solution to that? If you're the guy holding the knife,
Oh, just like put your entire fucking body weight down on it all at once.
No, no, no,
over one
no,
of
no.
his
or
arms.
no, that's fair. But is there anything else you can think of? Because it's a sharp knife and you're holding it over somebody's eyeball.
Oh, if you twist it into the guy's arms.
Or drop the knife.
But if I'm trying to stab him, dropping the knife is a terrible idea.
Yeah, if you're trying to stab him and you have the thing fucking like 2 centimeters away from his eyeball and he's holding it back, but he's not physically holding the knife, why wouldn't you just drop the knife?
Dropping the knife is gonna be
Goes
enough to
in.
damage his eyeball, but it's not gonna like pierce all the way into his brain, which is what you're
It
trying
won't
to do.
pierce
You
all
just
the way
wanna
into
kill
his.
him.
It won't pierce all the way his brain, but it will fuck him up to the point where he has to deal with now missing an eyeball. Like,
Yeah, but now you don't have a knife and he's still resisting you. Also, you no longer have control of the knife, which in any combat situation, no bueno. So I can understand, like, even in the adrenaline fueled instinct, you hold onto the fucking knife, you try to drive it into him. If you can't drive it into him, you damage him in other ways and then drive it into him. You don't let the fucking thing go.
dude,
Unless you've got
listen-
like some height and you can trust that it's gonna do
I
real
d-
damage.
I don't know.
Like, it's
I
the- dude,
really
it's
liked
the-
it
dude,
in
it's the-
fucking
it's the-
Bullet Train when like the assassin lady just dropped the fucking needle onto his hand.
well, that's a needle. That's fair, but like, it's the idea of a knife being in his eye. That's the problem that bothers me. Because like, dude, if you drop that into somebody's eyeball, that is going to significantly fuck up their like chances of winning the fight.
Yeah,
And so-
maybe.
It's just
Like, it will definitely fuck them up. All right, if we're going to do this, you're there, you're on the ground, you're on your back. Guy drops a knife onto your eyeball. You can't see out of that eye. You're in excruciating fucking pain.
You
But
possibly-
because you
you
were pushing
possibly-
back against his arms, he no longer has the knife, and you still have his arms. If you could just like shift him off of you, you can now get the knife.
Yeah, you're saying that, but like, dude, there could be a knife stuck in your eye at this point too, because your fucking eyeball is squishy, and like, if you drop
Yeah.
the knife for a little bit, it could get in there, and like, now you have to basically pull the fucking thing out. You know what I mean? I feel like the idea of somebody dropping a knife into your eyeball in the middle of a fight that will significantly hamper your ability. It's like a stun
I
lock.
feel like at the very least it would have scratched his eye, but I don't think it would have.
Dude, your eye's very soft. And
It
that
is
knife,
actual jelly. Yeah.
Yeah,
that knife
it
is going
is.
in your fucking skull. It's not going
is-
all the way
it is.
through. It's not hitting your brain. It is going into your socket. That is what is happening. If you drop from that angle, what we saw, like hell, even when Ethan resists, like even that him coming down with it resisting, if fucking Ambrose let go as he was getting stopped, that would have been enough to kill Ethan.
I was also gonna say the behind the scenes things, such as Dougray Scott. No, specifically John Woo wanted the knife to be CGI, and Tom, being the absolute insane person that he is, was just like, no, let's have it be an actual
CGI.
knife.
We already have knives at home. What do you mean?
Yeah, and thus he
Hey, John Woo, you want to see my knife collection? I really think we should do it the way I want to do it. And John Woo's just like,
Nah.
right, okay.
Yeah, it just feels so irresponsible too, dude. Like
And
that is
so-
like that is so fucking irresponsible. Because like, what if Ambrose fucks up, or what if like you don't catch him right? Your eye's gone, Tom. Like,
so
He probably Xenu give him a new one.
Zeno give him
what
a no,
happened
but, like,
was they developed a safety measure, to make sure Tom doesn't lose his fucking eyeball.
Okay.
So
But we're all going
There
to
would
get
be-
new eyes of the mothership, my brothers.
yes.
there would be there would specifically be a cable that is attached, that's anchored into the ground, really really fucking fastened. Would go through Dougray Scott's jacket and onto the knife, so that it would do a certain distance and away from Tom's eyeball. Tom told Dougray Scott to put all of his weight on it. He was just like, I want you to try to kill me.
Yeah, that's just, like, it's cool and all, but like that just feels so like somebody whose job is about safety and making sure nobody gets hurt, it does bother the fuck out of me hearing all these stories now. It's like that is so fucking irresponsible.
Well, yeah,
Every
there's
stunt
a
coordinator on any fucking film set he's ever done has gotten a massive tip just for the fucking mental health trauma.
Well,
of
I was going to
Tom
say
Cruise's bad shit.
Right.
no, yeah. So you know one of the famous stories is when they were filming one of it was either Mission Impossible or Top Gun. They were like the insurance guy was like, I don't think you're gonna be able to do this, and then Tom just went, so I fired the insurance guy.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds very fucking similar to a story I've heard. Like, you ever heard this movie called Rust?
Wait, I thought that he like got a different insurance company to cover them.
I think, but the point is, he still fired the original company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
like I
true.
said, I'm not fucking budging on that point. There was an Alec Baldwin movie with the same fucking problem.
Yeah, and someone
That
got
might not
killed.
be coming out now. You know what I mean?
I thought Rust was still like planned to come out.
It might be. But there's a bit of a problem with the production, let's say.
Yeah, a bit of a
bit of a oops, I shot my fucking producer in the fucking face.
So I
I'm
shot
a
the
fucking
director.
idiot. Whatever. He shot somebody in the fucking face. Someone is dead because he fucked up. And because, like, the similar thing, it's like, oh yeah, I fired the fucking safety guy who said not to do this. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
just because it's Tom Cruise doesn't mean we can be like, oh, it's funny. It's like, no, dude, that's how people get hurt.
That's why I say that's why it's not a if, it's when one of Tom Cruise's stunts will kill him. In the newest one, there's a behind the scenes thing of him jumping a motorcycle off of a ramp and jumping off the motorcycle and deploying a parachute. That take was done like 6 times, and during the one where they think they really got it right, Tom went, I think I could do it again.
Did he?
They did it again because Tom is just insane.
It doesn't sound that bad. It's like sticking a knife in your fucking eye. Like there could be problems with that.
Dude,
but like,
the motorcycle could have fucking caught in like the parachute, or like because he fell past the motorcycle.
I'd have to see the stunt.
Because one of the biggest worries with The Spy Who Loved Me, Roger Moore James Bond movie, they're with the famous Union Jack parachute in the beginning. They had to make sure that the skis would not hit the parachute. That was a very risky stunt.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Like I said, it's something that bothers me. Like it's cool and all, but like I'm gonna be really sad if that winds up being his fate. You know what I mean?
I'll be sad, but
if
at the
you
same
get
time,
to
I won't
choose
be.
the way you go, what a way to go!
That's fair.
I'll be sad, but I won't be surprised.
Yeah,
that's that Ralphie May. It's the Ralphie May joke. You guys know who Ralphie May is?
Yeah, he's that really fat comedian.
He was the
that
really
died of a heart attack.
He was the really fat comedian who won he didn't win Last Comic Standing. He just was funny enough to have like multiple specials.
He just was the Last Comic Standing.
He was just funny. I think Felipe Esparza is funnier, but whatever. But Ralphie May in one of his specials had a joke. He's like, "Come on, people, if I died tomorrow of a heart attack, you'd be sad. You wouldn't be shocked."
Yeah.
And then he died of a heart attack.
And everybody was sad. But yeah, that's what, literally quoting Ralphie May, that's what happens to fat bastards.
Yeah, I will not be surprised when it's just like Tom Cruise jumped off a fucking building, or it's just like, he decided to actually let himself just be stabbed, and the stab wound was just so bad that he just fucking died.
Yeah.
Or like he decided to jump through an actual lightning storm.
Or he'll just crash his fucking plane.
Or he crashed his fucking jet. I remember he's making Top Gun 3.
Do you think that Top Gun? I don't know. Like, do you think like there's gonna be like I'm gonna kill off Maverick, and that means like one thing, and he actually crashes his fucking jet and kills himself?
Oh my god! Are you telling me that Top Gun 3 would be Tom Cruise's final movie? That would be That would be really sad, but really epic.
It
wouldn't be epic.
That would be
That would be insane. Like
It'd
That
be
was
pretty
I don't
fucking
even think that.
epic. Not
it
gonna
would be
lie.
pretty fucking epic, dude. Like let's be 100% fair. It's like, yeah,
Like,
Tom
he
Cruise just
take-
killed himself, but he's doing it for the art. Like
Tom-
that's like that is not like outside of the realm of possibility that Tom Cruise would fucking do either.
You just need to call it Top Gun 3. Tom Cruise fucking dies.
Tom Cruise fucking dies. Like not even Maverick.
And it would just, in a very silly, the way we think about celebrities kind of way, cement him eternally as a fucking Hollywood legend, because
Mm.
people become more famous when they're dead, and they become even more famous if the way they died is sensational.
I
Yeah,
mean,
especially
So-
I was gonna say, isn't The Crow one of the prime examples of that? Like,
well,
Yeah.
guys,
And Heath Ledger.
I was about to say, did you guys you ever seen the movie called Birdman?
Yep.
Birdman. Is that the one with is that the one with
Michael
Michael
Keaton?
Keaton?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard of it. But I haven't seen
I
it.
don't want to say what happens in the movie, but let's just say it's very similar to the story we're talking about in regards to Tom Cruise.
mm.
So so yeah, like I would hate it because I don't want Tom Cruise to die. I want him to make more movies, but like, man,
Eventually,
was
I would like him to retire one day, but I just know it's not gonna happen.
or there's the horrible stunt gone wrong for the Twilight Zone movie where you had the helicopter and then it crashed and then it killed the main actor and 2 children.
holy shit, that's horrible.
There's a
Yeah.
Twilight Zone movie?
Dankula made a video about it.
Really?
Yeah, he
I
made a video about
so
this.
need to catch up on Mad Lads, man. I'm
Mad
so
It's not,
Lads.
behind.
it's not a Mad Lads, but it's just his typical content. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
saying, but like it's like just crazy stories that are like real. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, go everybody listen to this. Go subscribe to Count Dankula. He makes good videos.
He makes really good videos. It's like, yeah. I want him to do more Celtic Myths videos, so which means all of you need to watch them more.
Yeah, I've watched all of them.
I
The
know. I'm talking
bands
about
and shit, yeah.
to the people watching this. Like, Celtic Myths are like really interesting.
Well, no, I
So-
hope he doesn't just stick to Celtic myths. I hope he does all myths.
Well, he's
I
probably
think
just
he's going
doing.
to start with the ones he knows best and is able
Yeah,
to
I
research
like to
easiest
learn
and
more
then
about
move on to it.
cryptids, for example. I actually know virtually nothing about them.
Well, I
Armored
can
Skep-
tell
Armored
you, I
Skeptic had-
cringed.
Armored
Sorry,
Skeptic
go
had
ahead.
some good videos on that, but like I don't know what happened to Armored Skeptic.
Shoe dumped him.
Well, I mean, he still makes stuff, kind of.
he
But,
kind of took a
kind of.
big hit.
Yeah,
I just love how you're like he still makes stuff kind of. It's like, oh,
yeah.
poor guy.
But every time Dankula called Nessie a dinosaur, I cringed.
Shut up.
Okay, we're not gonna get into this. All right, guys. Mission Impossible.
Do we have
What do
anything?
you guys?
Do
what
we
do you guys?
have?
Do you have any other points you want to make, Jake? Is there anything about Mission Impossible?
This is the first Mission Impossible movie I've actually watched.
Well,
Wait,
hopefully
seriously?
Yeah,
hopefully
that
it's
was
all up.
actually because
Oh, yeah, I didn't have this
I
conversation.
specifically invited him. Well, mainly because he was just around, and I, as quickly was talking to Max, was like, "Hey, do you think?" Like, we had a quick conversation, like, "Do you need to see 1 to then watch 2?" And my answer ended up being, "No, you don't," because except for a couple of them, they're not really connected to each other.
Exactly.
Like,
But
it's just
honestly-
another adventure.
Like, there's not even the fuck. Well, I guess Marcellus Wallace, but there's not even like the same cast from the first movie. Like,
Yeah,
like Jake from the first movie, it's just Tom Cruise and that big black guy, the hacker guy.
The
That's
first
literally
movie
it.
is not mentioned. This Marcellus Wallace didn't just go, just like Langley.
Yeah. Or like, he didn't even mention the fact that he had like a supercomputer thingy. Like, you know what I mean? That didn't even come up.
Yeah, it's just he had a new supercomputer that specifically could track Nia's
Yeah.
chip.
Yeah.
We did this literally the entire
Dungeon.
time.
All of you dungeon.
Yep.
7 years dungeon.
Jokes on you. All the people in the horny dungeon are also horny.
Yeah.
I
It's,
didn't
that's
say
how the-
horny
that's-
dungeon. I said dungeon.
dungeon.
Hey,
Troll in the dungeon. Anyway,
hey, who's to say that the horny people aren't also in the regular dungeon as well?
listen, we're everywhere. You cannot escape the horny.
This is true.
Slur loads
And
shotgun
I-
with malicious
We are-
intent. Watch
we
me.
are-
You underestimate the amount of rope we have.
You underestimate my power.
Hey, you mentioned rope.
All right. So, yeah.
What would we give? What would we give? What would we give this?
4, maybe 3.
3. I give it a 3.
4 or 3. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. You didn't get to see the end of this.
Slur,
No,
like,
I miss a significant chunk of
You
like
missed-
what
you
sounds
missed a
like some of the
big
worst
bit.
parts.
That's why we
Yeah,
explained
yeah.
certain parts to him. Like
Yeah.
you missed the ending of it.
Yeah,
like
you missed the glorious motorcycle chase.
it
That's
really
why
falls
I
apart.
wanted to. I almost wanted to start it over so I can see his reaction
No,
to the
no,
bullshit. Specifically, I wanted to see him react to the 2 motorcycles speeding at each other. That they jump off of them, collide midair.
It's so stupid.
I absolutely loved this piece of garbage movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. If you made me like, we're rewatching all of these no matter what. But if you're like, pick one of the series to rewatch, I'm gonna be like 2.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I've heard the modern movies are actually pretty good. So
They're
that's
good.
That is literally what I'm going on this arc for. Because I've never seen them, so I want to get caught up. So, yeah.
And I hope I will say this before we get to 3, like next week. I am hoping my view of it improves. I hated 3 when I saw it in theaters, and I've not seen it since.
Gotcha.
Oh, diddly dokily.
So with that, I think that's it. We'll see you all next week. Jog on.
Bye bye.
Yay.